Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another full body workout. And man, my whole core and everything is still really sore. It's definitely affecting me on squats. Like people are gonna say, "Oh, it's your back hurting." It's not my back; it's the left, my left oblique, my left side of my abs. All of that just hurts every time I squat right now. It just is what it is. I probably at this point I should probably start doing more core work and see if that helps. Maybe more of my band crunches, maybe some weighted planks, some other stuff. Normally, I say a lot of times we don't always need extra core work, but I'm definitely feeling it in my cut. And it could be because of losing fat around all of that. Maybe I'm losing a little bit of my ability to create some intra-abdominal pressure. I don't know what's going on there. But I'm definitely feeling it through that entire region. Yeah, it is even my left spinal erector to some extent, but I feel it more in my oblique. But I also feel it all the way around in the front too. So it's just that whole region. It just feels like it's dying under these pause squats to the point to where I think my third set today I just ended it short because that whole area was hurting. And it seems like the fifth rep on the first two sets on these pause squats, it really was bugging me. But everything else actually went pretty good today. Scale is up a couple pounds today. That sometimes happens because I'll go back and forth, and it'll probably swoosh back down. Hopefully by next week I'm down lower again because I was 209 has been my lowest, and I've hit that 2 different days in the last week. So I'm hoping, within another week we'll drop down to 208 and keep going. I mean, we're so on schedule for the goals for this year. So I'm really kind of looking forward to what that DEXA scan is going to show. You know what? I'm not even going to be upset if it shows that I lost muscle. Um, that's fine because I'm definitely getting leaner. People definitely appreciated the updated picture, which I put up this weekend. For those who haven't seen it, it's pretty obvious I've lost body fat, considerable amounts. And we're not done yet. I'm going to stick this out. And I'm not even going to worry about if I lose a little more muscle and strength. It's not the end of the world. I can regain it. That's the beauty of muscle memory, and that's one of the things I tell a lot of you guys out there. Don't be afraid to bulk up. Don't be afraid to go up to 20% body fat and sit there for 6 months. Don't be afraid of that. If you're a healthy young man, if you've got a risk of heart disease, I understand. All right. I'm not telling someone who has high blood pressure and they're 30 years old to bloat your way up to 25% body fat. I'm not telling you to do that. But what I am telling you guys is that if you can change your set points a little bit, you can diet down and then regain some of what you lose, and you're going to find that you're going to be able to be a lot bigger a year down the road or 2 years down the road than if you try to just purely lean bulk. And I'm not saying some people's goals don't require them to lean bulk. I mean, for me as a fitness YouTuber from now on, I am going to have to do completely lean gains in the future. I'm just going to have to accept that because it will dramatically improve my income if I do it that way. And I just have to accept that fact. But for a lot of you guys, if your money isn't tied to your abs and your body composition, seriously, worrying about that stuff, you're going to shortchange yourself. Go ahead and bulk up. Go up to 20% body fat. Sit there for 5 or 6 months. Change your set points. Then you're going to have that muscle memory to work with when you diet down later, because your body will remember having that extra muscle mass for an extended period of time, and it's going to be easier to regain it. But back to today's training. Other stuff went pretty good. Strength is coming back real quick on the press, which we'll get to in a minute. I felt like not deadlifting today because of my core, so I did some extra sets of press. And yeah, I'm definitely sandbagging on the press. I need to increase the weight again next time. But bench went pretty good. I think on the third set here, I stopped at 4 reps. So we know we're pretty much at the right weight for 3x5s on these lifts when I can't quite finish the third set on some of these lifts. Like this pause, close grip, I think I just did 4 reps on the third set. Pretty sure this is the third set here, so we'll count them. 1, 2, 3, and I think this is the last one. I think it was a little grindy, so I quit. Yep, got a good pause. Yeah, it was slow. Yeah, it felt slower than it looked on camera. I'll take that. I think the same thing happened with my weighted pull-ups, right? Same thing happened with my weighted pull-ups. The first couple sets actually felt relatively tough. But again, the cutting, it does start to add up. It starts to add up. It starts to fatigue you eventually. And some people have suggested maybe doing a diet break. I think I need to wait till I get to 200. I need to get down under 200. Multiple friends, coaches of mine. I've actually had a couple different coaches tell me that, who are friends of mine, that yeah, go ahead and get down under 200, then take a diet break for a little while. And for those who don't understand a diet break doesn't mean you go pig out. That means you just stay at maintenance for a little while. Let your metabolism come back up just a little bit, which only takes a week or two, and let your body recover. Sometimes you'll regain a little bit of muscle that you lost, and then you can go back and start cutting a little more. And I probably need to do that before I knock off, the last 5 or 10 pounds, because otherwise, I'm really risking losing a lot of muscle, and it's getting tough. Like I can say at this point, 46 pounds into this cut, I'm feeling it. I can definitely tell that I'm cutting it. It's not easy in terms of energy, everything else. My body struggling a little bit with recovery from training. It is tougher. I feel like I've got the appetite reasonably under control. It's not hard to stick it out like at a psychological level, but I can definitely tell it with the training. Those aches and pains add up. And in a caloric deficit, I can't really afford to deload. So all I can do is do like I did last Friday and not train as hard. Not train as hard. Pull-ups today, I think I stopped at 4 reps also on the 3rd set. So again, we know we're right about the right weight. It's challenging at this point to where if I can't quite complete the last set, we know that we're dealing with a challenging weight for 5s. And I think this one was 4 also. Yep. See, 4. See, that was slow, and then I had to stop right there. I'm like, no, I don't think I can do another one. So I just turned loose. I decided on the press because I didn't feel up to deadlifting. It just felt like my whole core couldn't handle it. It's just can't do it today. I decided to do 5x5 on press instead of 3x5. And I bumped the weight up because I started playing around with this again with 135, but I did 9 sets of 6 on Friday. It's like, yes, that's too light. So I went up 10 pounds. And the first couple sets were really, really easy. They were so easy. I'm like, okay, this is almost too light, but let me just finish it out and see what I can do. Let me do a 5x5, right? So I start getting through it, and I get to the 5th set, and I'm like, well, let me go ahead and just crank out some more reps, right? I'm like, let me crank out some more reps because this isn't even close to failure on a 5x5. And we'll get to that 5th set. I think I did like 7 or 8 reps. I think it was 8. And I'm like, okay, so we need to go up another 10 pounds, right? We need to go up 10 more pounds next time, which I'll do because this little 10-pound jump just wasn't enough. And I think that'll probably put me at a 5x5 next workout. But if I do 3x5, even that won't be enough, will it? Won't be enough. So we'll just keep working it up. And I would like to see eventually, I want to start doing sets of 5 with 185 is where I'd like to be on this lift. But, we'll see how that goes. Because you guys know my max when I was at a heavier body weight was 227.5. I hit that on camera. And you guys saw me do 225 at least a dozen different times. Probably 20 different times, maybe even more. I lost count. But I was also at a much heavier body weight. Now we're down here at 209 and going to drop down under 200 pounds. Getting back to even a 225 would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. I don't think anybody would argue that that's legit. You get down to a 200-pound or lower body weight and you can press 2 plates aside for a legit press. I think that's pretty solid, pretty reasonable. No one's going to call that weak, right? No one's going to call that weak. I think, and that's not even for my age. That would be just in general. You start throwing in the fact that I'm a master's lifter. I turn 42 next month. I guess that's another level right there. But this one, yeah, we got 8 reps. And obviously not muscle failure until that. I think I still had reps in the tank. Let's see where we get with the 8th one. I know I'm using just a little bit of knee movement there. I didn't realize I was doing it on this set. It's because it was the final set and I was trying to push it out. Yeah, see, that last one went up clean. I probably could have got another rep if I really wanted. So that tells me that I really need to go up another 10 pounds on that. We'll go up 10 pounds on Wednesday, and we'll assess it from there. But see, it's muscle memory coming back. I feel like maybe my shoulders have gotten a little smaller anyways during this cut, so this should help bring some of it back, get some muscle memory going, and regain maybe some of what I've lost even though I'm cutting. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.